negative and positive can't live in the same environment. And so I
Yeah.
really try to, do whatever I can to remove myself and even my own negative thoughts, right? Because I'm human. There's times where negativity tries to enter into my mind, into my thought process. But again, we have the power. We can't control a lot of things in life, Greg, but we can control what we think, what we speak, what we believe. And
Yeah.
so when those thoughts come into your mind, you have to be able to understand and capture those thoughts and make them submit to you. Like they don't have control over you, you have control over them. So you have to force those things to submit to your command. And you have the opportunity to make a choice and a decision every time that thought pops into your head, or every time you come in contact with a negative person or a negative situation. You have the power to control your environment and that outcome. So you can either stay there and marinate in that, or you can remove yourself and make the decision not to be around that, because the same way, positivity is contagious, so is negativity. So if you stay around it for too long, you're going to catch it, right? You're going to get
Yeah.
infected. So I'd rather be around people that are going to infect me, right? Even now with the whole coronavirus, right? It's an infectious disease. So I want to make sure that I'm around people that are infecting me with positivity and positive thoughts and positive vibes. And I want to be able to infect other people with the same. Corporate America, customer service, sales, you always hear people talk about active listening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
listening to the customer, listening to the client, and trying to understand what they're saying. But aggressive listening is going even further beyond that. Aggressive listening is when you're actually listening and understanding them, but you're also trying to figure out how you can help them, you can help improve them, or figure out what the best product or service that they need that you might be able to offer with what they're saying. So aggressive listening is going beyond what they're actually speaking and going into what they might be actually thinking, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
powerful when you can
Mm-hmm.
actually understand what somebody might be thinking before they even speak it or where they're going. But it's still not interrupting them, but just actively listening, right? Understanding, but then aggressively listening to what they may be in their mind be thinking, or what they may be even trying to convey or portray or let out. That's the aggressive listening part. That's the stuff that you're grabbing a hold of. That stuff that goes beyond the verbal, the audible, right? It's what's
Yeah.
not being said. That's the aggressive listening part. That's powerful stuff, man. To take ownership of that situation or that the department, right? To take
Mm-hmm.
ownership. And so that's another piece that's combined with that, is like the entrepreneurial mindset. A lot of corporations are looking for people to help their team develop that entrepreneurial mindset. So it's not that you own the company per se, but you're taking ownership of what you have control over. And you're taking ownership of the authority that's been given to you, right? So that means accountability, responsibility, and being able to use that and develop that indispensable leadership company wide, where individuals know, even at the lowest level, hey, I have some level of authority, I have some level of empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
Mentally gives them the ability, like, man, I have like I own this. You know what I mean? Again, not literally speaking, but in their mind, like, man, I own this. Like, they've given me authority to make decisions. They've given me authority to make calls and, give credits or refunds or reverse, whatever the case may be, right? So now they feel empowered. And when someone feels empowered, man, they feel pumped up, they feel motivated, they feel outgoing, they feel confident. And when you have an employee that feels all of these positive affirmations, guess who's benefiting?
You are.
The
Your
business,
businesses.
the clients are, your team is, because again, it's infectious. So now if you have a whole team of people who have power to a certain extent or feel empowered, now that team's going to be rocking and rolling,
Mm-hmm.
right? And some companies even compete internally with departments, like they have departmental
Mm-hmm.
competitions, healthy competitions, right? And so now they're like, oh man, this department is really getting some good results. We need to step our game up. So now that whole team is like, okay, we got to step up. And so and then it just spreads like a wildfire. Next thing you know, you have a mini Amazon growing, or a mini Google growing, or a mini UPS growing, or something like that, right? And the
Yeah.
whole company's on fire and ready to go full steam ahead.